Tomorrow, August 12, 2026, the moon's shadow carves a path across the northern hemisphere, crossing Greenland, Iceland, and Spain. The mechanics are straightforward. Passing directly between Earth and Sun, the moon's apparent size covers the sun's disk, casting a narrow shadow. Looking through these specialized solar filter lenses, you see the bright, tiny crescent of the sun safely isolated. Strict safety requirements dictate the observers must use proper eye protection exactly like this at all times, removing it only during absolute totality.
Wait! If you're learning something new, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you here.
Because astronomers possess the math to predict the exact path, duration, and geometry of this alignment, the event holds absolutely no physical mystery. We know exactly what is going to happen. Yet there is a strange disconnect between knowing the data and actually standing underneath the path of totality. You can know the precise second the light will fade and the exact moment it will return. You can map the geometry perfectly. And still, standing in the shadow makes reality feel entirely broken. Why does an astronomical phenomenon we completely understand mathematically trigger such an overwhelming psychological shock when we experience it physically? During totality, your immediate physical environment rapidly warps. Daylight rapidly fades into an eerie twilight. The temperature drops. Shadows lose their familiar shapes, and it gets dark enough for bright planets to suddenly appear in the middle of the afternoon. Looking up at this moment, you see a stark visual contrast. The sun is replaced by a black circle surrounded by the faint glowing wisps of the solar corona, while the distant horizon holds on to a bizarre daytime glow. Human perception relies heavily on predicting stable environmental patterns. We anchor our reality on the most dependable cycle on Earth. Morning gets brighter, day stays bright, evening darkens, and night sequentially follows. Tomorrow, that deeply ingrained prediction will be temporarily violated. Your rational brain knows the moon is passing in front of the sun, but your sensory system triggers an alarm, warning your body that an impossible environmental glitch is unfolding. The visceral feeling of awe or even terror during those 2 minutes isn't a failure of human intellect. It is a biological collision where physical sensation violently overrules logical knowledge. Throughout history, cultures built elaborate explanations for these events. Many ancient societies were highly sophisticated astronomers who could predict celestial cycles, yet they still interpreted eclipses as cosmic battles or warnings. They were reacting naturally to a sudden rupture in reality, searching for meaning in the dark. Look at this modern crowd staring into the sky. We no longer assume a cosmic monster is consuming the sun, but our behavior is arguably just as extreme. We drive hundreds of miles, book hotels years in advance, and pack into crowded fields, all to experience about 2 minutes of darkness. Discovering the exact science behind the eclipse did not cure our primal fascination. If anything, mapping the mechanics has only amplified our desire to witness something that looks impossible. This paradox extends far beyond astronomy. Humans continually map and measure natural forces, yet we consistently react emotionally as if they are entirely incomprehensible. Seeing these shattered, deeply tilted buildings proves a humbling point. Knowing the mechanics of plate tectonics does absolutely nothing to mitigate the sheer terror of standing inside an earthquake as the ground violently shifts beneath you. Similarly, looking at this stark image of Earth suspended in the void shows how knowing the planet is a sphere on a map completely fails to prepare an astronaut for the emotional shock of seeing its isolated fragility from space. There is a rigid boundary here. Facts explain what reality is actively doing. Physical experience dictates what reality actually feels like to a human observer. A textbook or a photograph can only transmit information. Being physically present inside an event forcibly alters your own sense of scale and existence. Science can dictate the exact time, cause, and duration of the sun's disappearance tomorrow, and exactly when the light will return. But the act of explaining a phenomenon does not erase our capacity to be moved by it. If understanding something perfectly cannot stop it from feeling impossible, maybe wonder doesn't live inside the unknown. Maybe it lives inside finally experiencing what we only understood on paper.
If you enjoyed this video, here's another you will love. Make sure you subscribe and think outside the limits.